All right, welcome back to the HIGHké Lifestyle Podcast, a bi-weekly podcast focused on Virgo masculine energy and balancing out with the ether, the physical, and all the fun and challenging experiences of life. I'm your host, Clifford.
And I'm Shari-Joy.
What's up? What's up?
What's up? Welcome
Burning
back.
and burning that incense. What was it? What is that?
Yes. Burn that Palo Santo. Get rid of all
Palo
that
Santo.
negativity. Yeah. We need none of that bullshit flying around. Any extra.
So, did you wear your white top, thinking about what you wore last episode, like the previous episode?
It's
If that is
funny.
white,
It's funny. No. It
okay.
is actually okay, well, correction first. It's not really white. I think it's like a lavender-ish color, but like off-white lavender-ish color. I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was given to me, or I stole it from like a former roommate of mine. And but no,
So,
to answer
so
your to
you a
answer
thief too? That's just good to know.
wow, certain things I just don't talk about, Clifford. Like,
After all these episodes,
yeah,
we finally
I
find
mean,
out that you're a thief. Also, that's
like,
interesting.
come on, come on.
We all have our things, right? We all have our.
We all have our shadows. We all have our
Is this
shadows,
something
and
that
this
you
is
regularly
this
do?
is thief people's clothes.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
no,
You know the lie. I'm not
no.
judging you. It's
Well, I
just
see.
funny. I don't care as long as you don't steal from me. It's just funny to me. I don't give a fuck. It's not my business. It's just funny to me. So I really want to
Yeah,
know.
no, no. This is like I said. It was like I'm pretty sure this was like given to me. Like it was one of those handoffs. Like, yeah, you can wear it, and then I just like took it because I'm like, all right, well, it's all me.
I'll be
You
honest.
know,
Never mind.
but
Right.
have I stolen before? Yeah, I've stolen before. But
What's the last thing you stole? What's the last thing you stole?
ooh, what's the last thing? That I got
If it's
caught.
recent, if
That
it's
I
recent within like
that
the
I got
last year.
caught in stealing.
Nah, because you didn't get caught stealing that, so I think that's part of it. So
Yeah,
let's
this
stick
then.
to.
This.
All right. That's the last thing you stole that you did get
No,
caught for, or
no,
didn't get
no,
caught.
no, no. Oh! I know what it was. I know what it was. It was a little plant.
Where'd you steal it from? Please don't say a store.
Well, where else? A
Damn,
backyard?
a friend's house or something.
No,
You a little quick
no,
though.
no. It was actually it was like not really by planning. To be honest, to be fair, like honestly, didn't have like I had a bunch of thing in a self out checkout thing and the express lane, and it didn't have a barcode on it. And I put it down with the intention of, getting someone over, and I never did.
Fair
It's
enough.
a
Fair
big
enough.
line. It was a big line. So it wasn't like a plotted thing, like, oh, I'm going to get a plant today. No. But that was the last thing that was like, oh, yeah, okay.
Is this recent?
I done
This
did
is
that.
like this is you in
It's maybe,
Brooklyn.
yeah, it's Brooklyn.
That's why you didn't bring it back. Why you didn't bring it back? Why you didn't bring it back? Give it a buck. Why you didn't bring it back? Cause fuck it, right? Is that it?
Pretty much, fuck it.
Yeah, I get that.
I mean, I think they can deal with the loss. It's not like I didn't give my money. I gave my money. I paid for the other shit.
That's funny.
You know?
So I like.
Should have got myself a drink for this episode. Hold on, I'll be right back. I'm gonna make a margarita.
Go make our cocktail. So the only reason I asked you about the shirt because I went for a little smoke before.
No, please go ahead. I didn't even answer your question though. Go ahead.
You said you didn't, or you did?
No, I didn't, because I wanted to answer your question about the last episode,
right. So
and I remembered that when I
right,
put this on today.
Finish that now. All right.
When I put on the head wrap today, I was like, oh, okay, good. I'm spicing up the mood a little bit. I mean, I thought everything was in a shit like last time, but I was like, no, I'm gravitating to the yellow today for the episode. Right. I think I'm bringing in some color. And then the first thing, I don't know if you heard me. Oh, yeah, you did, because you remarked. I was like, oh, I see you with the pink.
So did you put that on right before the episode, or you had it on earlier for the day?
I put it on for preparing for the episode. I didn't have it on for no. I had it. I've been prepped for a while now, for a few hours, but I put it on with the intention for the video.
Wow. What's prepping hours in advance? Like, what's that about? Yeah, like mentally prepared.
It's more of no. no, no. If that's were the case, I feel like I would be more like I'd show up on time.
And it's funny you bring up the time thing too, because
Yes,
I was
yes. You know
comparing.
why? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I was comparing the
Mm-hmm.
conversation to last episode where you
Yep.
were like you're late, chronic late, and that's what it is. And I text you. I was like 5 minutes, and then I got in and like before I went for the smoke, I set up as much as I could. So because I know once I come back, I'm gonna get lost for like an hour trying to figure shit out. So I set up as much as I could. Went out for smoke, came back. I text you 5 minutes, and you were like, 5 minutes too. And then I'm walking around, and I'm like, I don't have. I forgot this. I forgot the sheet. I don't have
Oh,
like
that was
water
you. That
ready.
was you that I was picking that up on because I was adjusting my sheet. I was like, nah, I'm not
Why
antsy.
you blaming
That's
me?
you.
Why you
That
blaming
was
me?
you.
Nah, that's
No, I'm
you.
not blaming you, but I'm picking that up that, oh, that was you that was struggling with the sheet. Because I'm like, I just need a minor adjustment. I'm not about to get the ladder and adjust all
Right,
this
right,
thing. I don't
right,
have
right.
time for this shit.
And like I looked at the clock and it was like 2:08 for me, 2 hours behind you. And I was my mindset for being late has always been once I'm late, I'm late. Like I don't care. Like if you can wait 5 minutes and the world didn't burn down, right? The business is still running. You could wait 10. You could wait 30. You could wait an hour. I'm gonna get there when I get there. But like to your point, I'm gonna get there, right? And that's what I was thinking about now. I was like, yeah, well, I said I'm gonna be late, so she knows I'm running late, and I, I'm gonna get there when I get there. Like, I'm gonna get there. I'm gonna get there.
Uh huh. It's funny. It's funny because I was literally the opposite perspective from you today. I was like going with the flow. Like I said, I've had this on for a couple of hours now, right? And I'm like 2 hours ahead, but
Right.
I've had this on for like maybe like an hour, 2 hours before, and just mentally getting ready to also figure out what am I talking about today because I'm
Right.
like I don't know if I got nothing. So I was like, not gonna lie, I was like, maybe I'll do like a little news thing, like a news little like what's going on, right? So I'm like looking, and I was smoking, and I was like 15 minutes before 4. I was like, all right, I think I'm gonna be good. But I was like, oh, my attitude's kicking in of like the lingering of there's something amiss that you don't see. So I was like,
Right.
oh,
Right.
don't tell me I'm gonna be late, right? So I was juggling at like 3:55 to say like, am I gonna be on time? I don't know. And that's around that time you sent me you're gonna be late. I was like, oh, thank God I'm saved.
That's
So
interesting.
that's why I sent you. I was like, that's why my reply was like, good, because
Right.
I was
Right.
about to
Right.
say the same thing to you.
It's weird. Like
uh,
like we had the full conversation last episode, and now it's
mm-hmm,
like the
mm-hmm.
roles reversed. Right. We we
Right.
we unbalanced out. Like I'm like, like I'm late. It's cool.
Mm.
She's like going back to like you said, your energy with the
Mm-hmm.
sheet being me. Well, me being late is you. I was like, she don't mind being late. Like she late
I
on
was
the so
adjusting my
cool.
sheet, I'm not gonna lie, I was sitting first though in the room like a good student. I'm like, I'm here. What am I gonna do? All right, I'll clean the desk. Put on my ring now. I don't want it. And like I had other things that I could fulfill the time. And so I was like, but then I heard the message when you were saying it earlier. I heard the message in my head that like, yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna be there whenever. Like I
Right.
know you saw for like 2:05, but you were like, nah.
Right.
Like I need more
Right.
time. And I felt it. And it
Right.
just put me in an awkward position of feeling that energy of like, all right, what can I do? One incense.
Palo Santo.
The
Palo
Palo
Santo.
Santo, help you, help me, help all.
Uh,
Get
so I guess it's
hydrated.
finishing up with the shirt.
Oh, yes, please.
So like I came back, I like changed because I didn't want to wear the shirt. I had like a commando green shirt on. I'm like, it's not. I'm not feeling that right now. Post smoke, I was like in this deep negative dive, and I was like, nah, like fuck that. I'm talking myself out of it, and then I'm looking for a
Nice.
shirt, and I'm like, yo, I was gonna wear the pink last time, but I didn't. So let's just pop it out. And let's have the shirt and the colors and the energy just vibrate and
You're literally
bring some
taking
good
the
out of it.
core from the inside of the shirt last time and bringing it out. That color
Right,
was in
right,
the
right,
other
right,
shirt. I
right,
remember.
right, right.
Mm-hmm. I see. I see you. I see you. Keep paying
Uh,
attention.
like a good student, like you said.
Like a good student. That's right. Like I said, I cleared out the bullshit. I cleaned my desk. I'm ready. I'm ready here with a pad and paper to take notes. Well, actually, I upgraded. I just lied. I got a dry erase board
Nice,
for the
nice.
yeah
What does
for
it say on it?
the desk.
Is that pink
From
too?
it is yeah
Let's go.
cute. I didn't even notice. Yeah.
All I see
Um,
is DF.
Yeah, so DM and DF. So that is for my readings that I want to do. My approach to what because the way I've been doing my readings is like doing every astrological sign, and I think I might have mentioned before in here somewhere in some capacity. I'm not really an astrologist, and so labels don't really mean anything to me.
Right.
So I kind of want to also maybe just create on seeing if I can get some more. What do you traffic on my channel if I just focus on like masculine energy readings and feminine energy readings and just kind of make them general but have more
Right.
of those available just to kind of see because I saw the flow for interest was more interested in that or it got more reach
Right.
so I'm thinking about that DM and DF and then I'll also set a collective so it's kind of like also embodying then collective energy readings so that's all my
Dope.
notes here.
And what's the channel?
Oh, that's my Seventh Goddess channel
Okay.
on YouTube. If
Yeah,
anyone's
I looked. I
interested.
watched through some of the Virgo ones. I was like, I'm not. That's not my sign. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. I don't care about that. And I was like, all right, Virgo. Here we go. And I went through it a little bit. So yeah,
Cute. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate that. I appreciate
of
that.
course, of course. I seen
Yeah,
that
I
you. Oh
like.
yeah. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I said I saw that you had comments turned off because I was gonna comment on one of them, and you had it turned off, and I'm like, all right, whatever. Then like I ain't your kid. I was like narcissist. She don't want to hear nobody speak that. She don't want to hear nobody speak that.
No,
It's all
calling
about
me
her.
out.
It's all about her. I get it. I get it. I get it.
No, that's not it. Actually, that's not it. That's not actually it. That's so funny though.
I don't
No,
believe it, but it was just
no,
funny thought. It was just
yeah,
funny
yeah.
thought.
I'm sure I wouldn't even blame you. I would have pitched $1 or two, knowing that you would have been saying something like that in that moment. Like, fuck. I
This
just be
nigga,
laughing in the
this
back.
nigga.
This nigga,
I
like
can't
she
leave. I can't leave
would.
a comment. Like
I can't even.
you too good for me to write on your like. Come on,
You
man.
want to blast the business about me, but I can't have a 2 cent.
Right. Exactly. Exactly.
Ah
Exactly.
man,
That's
you want to see into my soul, but I can't say yes or no. Like, what kind
right.
of
I can't
shit
say
is
nah.
this?
That ain't real.
That ain't
That's
it.
not
That
happening.
ain't
That's
it. You
not
were
nothing.
wrong, miss.
Right.
That was like
Right.
5 years ago. You know. God, man, this is why. This is why I do it, just for these moments. No, it's actually not the reason. I have it really only one because I'm still new to figuring out how long I'm going to be on YouTube. I'm not like politically that interested in being on it. And but I do it for the way I want to create my space, however it is on a social platform or not, is still I want to get a reach of people and so I'm looking right now to how to branch out. And
Right.
since obviously YouTube is the runner that most people know, this is something that I've been paying a lot more attention to and devoting a lot more time in so that I can get my own little rhythm of some kind. And in that process also some kind of confidence. Now that was one of the reasons also I kind of like turned off commenting is to not be dived into other people's feelings more because in the beginning I'm feeling so much so I it would be too much overload at the moment if somebody said something of like a long story that I can sometimes gravitate into that I'm not saying no to that I'm not interested. I'm more concerned about getting the message out now and then in what way somebody can integrate their appreciation towards the message itself is liking or subscribing to my channel, like being
Right.
very logical and practical about it until I have a bigger community where I can make myself comfortable. Because right now, when I had comments open in the beginning, I would get a lot of spam on there, and it just
Right. Right.
doesn't.
Right.
It's aesthetically not something that I really want to want, right?
You get
So
excited for like a second for a comment,
yeah,
and you're
and then
like,
it's like, ah,
motherfucker, like
fucker,
y'all won the
like,
game. Yeah, yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, y'all just killed it. And and at that, and I'm still like, still in the beginning stages, to kind of really get out there. So I don't want to be bombarded with that bullshit, mostly that. So I'm working out a way to make a window somewhere open that people can hopefully find and get gravitated towards, that they can share their feelings with me if they want to take it that far. But
Right.
the quick little things, I feel like you can jump on other ways to maneuver communicating with me, and I'm more active like that on IG than anything in
Right.
that case. So it's like, follow your intuition in that case. My sassy narcissistic side would say that, follow your
Right.
intuition, you'll
Right.
be
Right.
good.
Right. Right.
You'll
Right.
be good. I'm very my most important thing is to get the message out right now, and that's more important to me than anything. And also hoping that with that, people notice how they can engage with the energy that I provide to keep that content flow coming until I can make it bigger than what it is at the moment.
Right. Right. Absolutely. I mean, speaking of social media, real quick, I created a TikTok for us just because you gotta
Ooh, you
try,
gotta
gotta
get in
fucking try.
there.
Right. 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 Right.
Oh, that's gonna
Um.
be fun. Okay.
Yeah. Like I avoided it because TikTok is an intrusive app. Like, I mean, most apps are intrusive in your phone. They're all connected. They all know your business, right? Like, if you let's say like you need to verify your it's like an access code on your bank, excuse me, on a bank app, and they send you a text. Like sometimes the shit just load right in. It's intrusive, and I don't want that. So I had TikTok on a separate old iPhone, um, and like one of my boys is doing a clubhouse tomorrow, and I just went to like to check on the information. I went through TikTok, and I was like, you know what? Like, how do I? Can I add multiple accounts? Like, I have like my own account. I didn't put anything there. I follow one of my boys, and like that's and the only reason I joined it was so like I could support his content. Um, like, can I add multiple accounts? So I found out how to do it. Like I did ours, and I did another podcast, and I was like, okay, I'm like, but I'm not gonna put pictures on this phone because it's mad work. And I'm like, yo, can I just upload videos on a desktop? So yeah, I found out I could. So it's like one extra minimal step, just to
Hmm.
just to see how it flows. So hoping that works out good, and I'll probably just like start uploading old videos also. So
Hmm.
see how that goes.
Yeah, yeah. I've been sleeping on TikTok for quite some time now.
All right.
Quite some time now. Yeah, I think I needed to get ready to, I don't know, just take a leap of faith and just do it, because
Right.
I'm
Right.
I'm ancient. My soul is so old. I
Right.
don't
Right.
have
Right.
time for the TikTok bullshit. But again, like I said, going back to what I said in the beginning, right? Someone was like, "Wait a minute, but didn't you?" Yeah, I did. I want to like get out as too many platforms as I can,
Right.
and appease as many as I can. TikTok,
That's a
here
challenge,
I
man.
come.
Yeah. I
Maybe
mean, overall, it feels like
I'm
social media
gonna
is
need like
dead.
5 phones.
Right. Five. Right. Yep. And only one main one, and the other
Monday,
four only
Tuesday,
connected
Wednesday, Thursday,
via
Friday.
Wi-Fi. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Weekends off.
Weekends off.
Right. Right. Right.
But I got like a Monday phone and like a Tuesday phone.
Right. Right.
Well, I'm like thinking on the spot. Maybe that's a good idea.
5 day phone. 5 day phone. Maybe it might be a good idea.
Yeah, yeah, I don't know. See how manic I can get about this. Can I still look normal after doing something like crazy?
Right. Right. Right.
I'm already deemed crazy by certain individuals. Might as well bump it up a notch.
Absolutely.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I'm glad I have your blessing. Thank you.
Teacher approves. Right. I'm gonna keep running that joke
Thank you,
for a
Sensei.
bit.
Thank you, Sensei. You're welcome. I'm here to cater. Thank you. Namaste. Oh man. Let's talk about it. Psychedelics.
Okay. Let's go for it.
What is your what is your opinion on it? Have so many questions? Not really. I don't have that many questions, but
Okay.
I think my biggest curiosity is, you may have mentioned this before, and pardon if I don't remember. Um, at the moment, if you've taken them before, or if you want to, if you haven't.
So when you brought this up initially, I was like, it's funny you asked because like I did some microdosing this past week
Okay,
on
may I
shrooms.
ask when?
Um, mm, what's today? Thursday. So
Yes.
yesterday, yesterday and Tuesday.
Nice. Okay.
And the first time, like like it's just I did some research online and just trying to find different methods. And one suggestion that I saw someone offer was just put like crunching it up, putting it into a. I mean, I've seen a lot of different suggestions, right? That's like putting it in a capsule. And I'm like, that seems like a lot of work. Another one was the one that I took. Sorry, I'm all over it. Other one was just kind of just popping it and just taking it as is. And the one that I initially did was just like a glass of water. You grind it, and then you just squirt like some lemon juice in it. So I did that. I did like a small cap, and didn't really feel anything. Um, and I was cool with it because like I wanted to know my threshold. I wanted to know. I wanted to gauge it. I didn't want to get too far into it. I wanted to kind of fill it out. So yesterday I did a cap and a little bit of a stem, and it's like got a mortar and pestle, ground it, and just made tea. Put it in tea and let it sit for like 10, 15 minutes. Drank it, and I felt it. I felt it. I didn't feel it like intense, but like I felt the heightened sensations. I felt like a little bit of like the colors in the world just flowing a little bit, tingling. I was like, all right, like this is cool. This is cool. Um, and now like today, I'm just kind of taking a day off, and I'm saving some so Eric and I can enjoy them maybe this weekend.
Nice.
Right.
Nice.
So overall, yeah, I support them. I mean, I've really wanted to do like DMT because that's like what a lot of people have been talking about. I feel like that's like one of the more newer or more relatively newer ones that people are talking about. Um, yeah, I wanna connect. I want to see the other side of things, right? Like, why the fuck not? I know it
Yeah.
helps for the mental, physical, keeps you focused. I mean, granted, it affects people differently. I also think, you kind of have to be in the right headspace mentally to like really enjoy it and not freak out. And, I find myself in there. Sometimes I'm not, but I know, um, like, I look forward to it, right? Like, it could be like the placebo effect. Like, part of it is like, this could be bullshit, right? Like, I could just think it because I know it's supposed to do something.
Mm.
But either way, who
Interesting.
cares, right? Like I'm
Mm-hmm.
enjoying the energy, I'm enjoying the flow, and it's helping me manifest. And I think that's what's most important.
Mm-hmm.
So what's the coincidence that you bring this up? The same week I tried it out at 35 years of my life.
So I'm watching you. I'm watching you.
Did
I'm
you
glad
try
you're
some?
laughing. I did. I
Ah,
did. This was my. I tripped on
what a
last
fucking
Thursday.
crazy funny girl, yo! Like we can't just glaze over like
No,
how fucking. I mean, I use the word serendipitous and like where that is, but it's just funny. Go ahead. Go ahead.
it's
Go
it's
ahead.
it's literally the world I live in, so I can glaze over it no problem because I'm like, this is what I live for. I'm just waiting for everyone else to figure it out. I'm like,
Right, right.
but anyway, um, yeah. So I decided I did. So I may have mentioned this to you before. I don't know. But regardless, I tried mushrooms for the first time on like no, yes, mushrooms for the first time back in 2017. I was living alone. I was with my boyfriend though at the time. We did it together and nothing, like nothing.
How
I
much did you
didn't.
take?
I think
How
I
much do you
took.
remember taking?
I remember taking like close to an eighth. I know it was more than just a little bit. I
Right.
know. The question is if I took more than an eighth. No, like I know I took up to an eighth. Um, and nothing. I didn't have it again till I think a year after that, and I was with a different setting, and it was very surprising that I felt anything at that moment because it was more an amplified setting. So that actually then also then made sense to why I then was triggered more, because the setting was a little bit more amplified. I didn't this the environment was different. Like, it was I was living that's when I was living with several different roommates. So when I was taking it, I was in like the living room. There were like a couple people around, and I was doing it with another roommate, and nothing was working on her, but I was, and that was the first time that I was feeling like a the physical movement feeling, but I didn't see anything.
Right.
And I didn't see anything. I would like I could tell like things wanted to be seen, but not. I wasn't really immersed in it. I was more immersed in the feeling. So I've been sitting on this for quite some time now. I think since my last time of taking it, that I've been curious to see how it would be to take it by on my own, by myself, and like just by myself, right?
Right.
And but I've pushed it like so far, because I'm like, I don't want to say it was fear, but it was mostly of like not knowing what to really expect, and not being in an environment, a mental space to be ready for it, I think, as
Right.
well,
Right. Right.
for me. And I don't know what came over, but I just decided last Thursday. I woke up. I was like, I went to the park, and I was like, I really could like use this time to take the shrooms that I have, because somebody gave me two capsules. I have capsule versions, so I was like, that'll be interesting to take it this way. So I did. And I want to say I paid attention to the time, because, like, I'm very inquisitive in the mental game. Like, I want to know, like, with you, what you said. Like, I want to know what's going on, how I can start feeling it, whatever, to gauge it, control it, you know? And I didn't feel anything for like an hour into. I was like, okay, well, I'm already in it. So let me take more.
Right.
And
Right.
these
Fuck
were,
it. Right.
yes,
Fuck
exactly.
it.
I was like, let me take more, but let me think about it. Like let me meditate if this is the right thing for me to do. And it was like it was the right thing for me to do. Um, and so what I did have, they were I've been having those for a while, so I don't think they were the shelf life is not the like, I guess, that long for them. I don't know, but I've had them for a while, and I just decided to take them. I think it was about an eighth. Um, and I turned that into like a tea. And it's funny that you said tea with a little bit of lemon in that. I just did that. Like, I was
Right.
like, I can't eat this. This is weird. Like,
Right. Right.
so I
Right.
just like I mushed it a little bit. Like, I cut it and I let it sit. And I put also like lime juice in it, and I let it sit for a while. And then I took it. So I made a tea and I ate it at the same time. And it was absolutely an amazing journey. It was absolutely riveting. I never experienced something like that in my life. As far as like the whole body connection that it allowed
Right.
me to feel, and that's how I knew it was like doing wonders to my brain. Like, I felt so good. Like, I felt so good. Like, finally, I felt like finally my brain is finally connecting after all this time with my body.
Right. Right.
That's
Right.
the best way I can describe it, because I mean, I shared it before. I have immune deficiency, so I have a lot of chronic pain, and it it didn't alleviate my pain, but it made me physically aware of every facet in my body that I was
Right.
carrying pain.
Right. Right. Right.
And
Right.
it
Right.
felt so good to stretch. I was like stretching, right? Like, just if it just felt so good to be physically tied to the mental connectivity with physical body, and just kind of just be in this zone. I was listening to music the entire time over headphones. I was like in my own world. It's pretty cool.
Yeah. There's this. I like that you talked about like feeling like where the pain. I forgot the exact phrase you used, but feeling like the fibers, the individual fibers of where
Hmm.
it exists throughout the body. Right. It doesn't even have to
Yeah.
be active, but you can
Nope.
feel its presence.
Hmm.
And it's like a reminder. Like I think I brought up like one time I went out for a run, and I just kind of paused and put my hand over my heart. I was taking a walking break and I put my hand over my heart, and I felt my heart for like the first time, and God knows how long, right? Because usually you run, you exercise, and you're just moving, you feel the circulation, but you don't stop to like feel a muscle that's doing the work. And that little pause just allowed me to just feel more connected with, like, yo, like I'm a living fucking being, right? And like the endorphins from the run, feeling good about myself in the moment, like, yo, I'm a living fucking being. And it gives you energy to kind of keep pushing forward. And I mean, I feel like that's like, exactly to your point, you feel all the individual parts in you. You feel that you are more than just the brain, right? Because sometimes we just get stuck in the brain. Sometimes we're just on the high key and we forget the physical aspects and attributes of what we are, what our capabilities are, what resides in us. And allows you to pause, reflect, and think about it moving forward, right? Like you need that snap. Like, it wasn't there for a while, but it's there. Like, hello, what's up? Like, you remember me? Like, I'm here.
I'm here
So
doing the work. I'm
right,
here doing
right.
a
So
lot of
I
work.
love that. I love that.
Yeah, it was
How long did it
absolutely.
last for?
Ooh, so when I initially started, it was 1 o'clock my time. I think I took the second round around 6. I want to say, um, around that time,
Right.
and
Cool.
I think I went until about 12:01. I decided to then shut my body down, go to sleep.
Right.
Um, yeah, and then it was very what was very interesting were the 2 days after that, like the how can I say it? It's I'm gonna use the word discomfort, but again, it was only because I made those connections with all the fibers of my being, and I was like now left with having to again keep stretching, keep being conscious about where my pain is and move, you know, and that was very interesting. It was good because
Right.
it allowed me not to be stagnant in whatever I decided to experience the following day. It was more like, all right, move forward with what you know now more.
Does
It's
regular
good.
stretching? I mean, are you okay? Me saying, if I remember
Yeah.
okay, you have lupus, right?
Mm-hmm. Correct.
So does and granted, yeah, I know we've talked about it before, but I forget. Does regular stretching help? Like, if you stretch consistently every day for a month, would that lessen the physical pain that builds up, or the intensity of the physical pain?
Oh yeah, this is what. Yeah,
Okay.
I stretch like almost every. Like I don't. I need to be better at mindful stretching, meaning like having an allotted routine, maybe like a yoga meditation stuff like that. But no, I can't last without a day not stretching within moment probably like at least every hour on the hour, every 2 hours, I'm stretching something.
Right. And
Something
I only
stretching.
asked that just to kind of tie into the point of being aware, right? Like, the without the heightened senses, you forget about the dormancy. And if you aren't on top of your game, which you absolutely are in terms of stretching, it's the reminder, right? Like we said, I'm still there, I'm still here, right? I don't work, or I'm here and I shouldn't be here. That's kind of it, right? I'm here, I shouldn't be here. And the other side of it is, me, like, connecting with my heart. I'm here, I'm present, and being aware that it's there. So the heightened senses, for you or someone with lupus, helps them reconnect with the pain that's present and dormant and lingering. And it's just that constant reminder to stretch every day and do the work, um, until it becomes regular practice, right? Like, for you, it's regular practice by now, right? And like, that's
Yeah. Yeah, it's like if I don't, I feel the pressure on my body. Like I feel the mental stress of anxiety, depression, like just mental pressure and stress if I don't stretch. Like that's that, but it's so crazy because like I still consider it like I don't know how to explain this. It gives me so much relief to stretch and to also make it a routine that it is a normalcy,
right.
but it's it's still very fascinating for me to wrap my own brain, my own mentality towards why it's difficult to maintain a set routine, because that's where it's very difficult to show up and have the strength for it all the time. I don't have the strength for that routine all the time.
Right, right, right.
Like, you know what I mean? That's where I would have like get more emotional, because I feel like I'm lacking on something. But that's where I've realized also that I just agree about movement. So, just movement and period. And that's what has saved me, uh, and what's kept me from prescription drugs. Because they might take my pain, but they make my physical body dormant as fuck. So
Right.
I can't, my ego won't let me be still. So I fight it with mostly listening to music and keep myself going, at least the mentality. And then while my mentality is going, my physical body will tell me or not, all right, bitch, it's time to stretch. All right, I'm coming, like get your ass over here
Right,
to
right,
the
right.
wall. And like it's, I try to make it a fun game, right? And now in my life that it's a normalcy, but it I think if I talk about it with exactly what's going on, it sounds like busybody, and it's not really busybody for me. It's kind of like hearing a call and then answering to the call. And if I feel shit, I make a call. I make a call, and then I get an answer. In
Right,
that
right.
reality, I exist.
Consistency is difficult, right? Like that's the challenge for most of us, like being consistent in
Yes.
everything and anything. Um, yeah,
Uh-huh.
it's and it's relative, right? I mean, that's the thing, right? It's relative to our life experiences. Some of the consistencies that a lot of us should abide to are just like simple everyday things, right? Like for me, exercising is just something that I just naturally do. Like I don't let more than 2 weeks go without either a run or like working out for like 30 minutes. It has to be something because I know once I get stuck in that period where it's fine, it's a week, who give a fuck, then
Mm-mm.
becomes months and a year, and then I'm back where I started, like with running, and I hate that initial feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, yeah, it's the weird balance, right? It's like I was editing this post that someone wrote about like capitalism, and like it's funny that you brought up busybody because they kind of use that language that the system forces us to be so distracted from things to keep busy, thinking that the grind is what it's supposed to be. Um, and that's us not disconnecting, right? Like we think there's no room to be consistent, we think there's no room to do the things that we need to do for ourselves because the systems that that we're indoctrinated and born and indoctrinated into tell us that, right? It tells us to go to work, go drink with your friends after work, come home, watch TV and drink, wake up,
Mm-hmm.
repeat, 5 5 5 6 days a week. Yeah, I mean, yeah, the consistency is ours to own, right? And I think that's part of it's working through things, right? Knowing that it's my responsibility to be consistent, like it's your responsibility. No one's gonna come and stretch you. No one's gonna come and be like, "All right, Cherie, time for your 1 o'clock stretch," right? Like you own that responsibility relative to where you are in life mentally and physically, and you do what you need to do. So that's dope.
It's
That's dope.
crazy because like it took me a long time to get out of that mentality of that no one's going to come save me, even for myself, because I'm somebody who generally I think gives off the energy I can do things on my own, but that doesn't mean those realities don't take shape in my world, in my mind,
Right.
right? And that I don't think about them and process them, and just like every other possible person going through that. And for me, it was like I became resentful because I was diagnosed with this when I was 14, and so from my teens all the way up to my 20s, I was very in denial. I was going into high school. I was in denial. Like I was like, it was just like no, like I don't have it. Like what, right? And then my 20s was about like my mom wanting to push and advocate what I should do to get more educated on what I have. And, even that I took with a grain of salt. I'm like, yeah, I am it. I don't need to, I don't want to do more research with something that I am
Right.
because
Right.
every
Right.
time, every journey along with trying to figure out with what I am and taking that analysis to the doctors was a chance. It either was something that was good or bad, and it was always left with still an unknown, because it's a disease that is like unknown to the medical. It's still new in that regard, right?
Right.
So it's like, great, we were playing with a very interesting gray area. So I defined myself as being this gray area. So that took a long time to get into my own um, mental maturity, to take my resentment towards, why am I getting so much pressure? Why do I feel bombarded with people trying to help me out more? Like, I was bombarded by that instead of feeling like, oh, thank you for wanting to help me out. I was bombarded by that feeling. I was like, no, that doesn't feel right. um, and I built resentment in my own character for doing something like that, because I know my mom is doing it out of love, and everyone else might be doing it for love, but it's mostly my mom that was like very active in this life
Right.
about me, because I kept it very private. And so I naturally just kind of like uh, got disinterested with the mainstream way of being labeled with this lupus that is like a big thing. Like, I didn't want it to make a big thing. I kept it hidden, for
Right.
years. I didn't talk about it. I don't want to be about it like at all. I didn't also want to use it because it's a disability in the form of society. And I did not even want to approach society in the form of using that as my disability as a form of advantage. I kept it a secret. And um, that all kind of allowed me to grow with different measurements of perspectives as to why and how I kept it a secret, and also applied my own, I don't know, I guess the word would be holistic measurements of
Right.
following my own intuition to get me out of the funk that I'm so grateful I haven't been with all the other horror stories I've learned about what lupus is. Um, and so it's definitely a lot. Lupus taught me it is a lot more about my mentality. It attacks my mentality as well, and I've learned about that about myself over the years. So now, being able to solidify an identity within that, and now recreating better relationships moving forward with people that I love and that love me, is a much healthier, I think, paradigm for me to kind of like find a routine that's okay for me, because I'm
Right.
now no longer applying myself to someone or society saying this is how you should be doing it. I'm doing it on my own. I'm paving it on my own. I think that's very important to someone that's living with chronic pain, mostly.
So who was high school Shuddy? Since you brought her up, I'm trying to
Oh
imagine
shit.
you as a high school What
I
was
was
that?
definitely I was definitely more like a God. I always hated it because I knew that in the future I would have this title, but I was more like a band geek, band nerd,
Really?
choir girl. Yeah, I was in a
I
marching
would have
band.
never guessed that in a million years. That's
Mm-mm.
interesting, though. That's
Yeah,
interesting.
yeah, but I was made sure, of course, that I was like hanging out with the cool kids. The cool
Right,
kids in the
right,
band.
right.
No, like, no offense to everyone out there, the cool kids. Um, I always hung out usually with older people, but yeah, high school Shari, she was not around. She was not around. Um, yeah, she was a character of her is that she was very timid, kept to herself, came across like antisocial, was loved by many and known by many, but still somehow very antisocial, anticlimactic, I guess, in most settings. And I wasn't participating in a lot of activities. I was mostly active in freshman year, but sophomore year, that's when I started realizing, I think more or less, that I was not liking the structure of anything, because I hated the structure that they were doing with my class, with my classmates, and they decided to keep the same structure of how they were going to teach their lessons from freshman year to sophomore year in exactly the same way. So I took it on my liberty to kind of not ever really be in class in sophomore year.
Right.
Because I'm like, it's the same teachers, same class, amplified. So it didn't really matter. Like I showed up when I needed to. I passed all my work. I still graduated. I still like had honor grades. So I was like smart in being able to like still pass all my classes. But junior year and sophomore year, I didn't really have a high school experience. Junior year, I started getting sick. Like more sick that affected my teaching. So I was absent most of my school year and junior, as well as senior year.
Cool.
So that was just I was there, but not.
Right there. Right.
People know me, but they're like, "No, you were never. Where were you?" Exactly. Where were you?
Right.
Exactly how I like it. You remember me, but you don't know exactly where to
You don't
put
know
me.
me.
Yeah,
I just
that's right.
exist, and
I
that's
just
enough. That's
exist.
what you need
That's
to know.
enough. That's all you need to know. I put you on a need to know. Did you like high school?
Uh, yeah, I had a amazing couple of
In New
years.
York. In New York, right?
Yeah. My freshman year was kind of freshman year. I was my usual loner self. I'm new here. I need to see who's who. Um, so I'm just gonna keep to myself and feel it out for a little bit. Um, I dressed like shit my freshman year. I don't know.
What does that mean?
Uh,
What were you
I,
wearing?
I remember I had these like I had, let me see what Jordans these are. I had these Laker breakaway pants. Hold on. That were like a triple XL. For some, I just thought they were dope. I think I found them at like Marshalls. Um, and what 1999 maybe. Let's see. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, they were mad baggy. I had the Jordan 14s, but like in a the blue, yellow, white, and like I would wear that with like a red shirt. I had like this big ass belt underneath the the I had a big ass belt underneath around my waist because the
Uh huh.
breakaway pants were just too big. Um, yeah, I mean I've always like clothes wasn't I didn't really start getting clothes and like having a decent amount of clothes and like dressing fly until sophomore year. Like my sister got a job and she like really started to hook me up. Like take me shopping like before school. My mom should just kind of give me the bare minimum. Um, so like I think I was cool with like one or two, three people like solidified in freshman year, and like a few people here and there. But when I came back during the summer, I became cool with this dude that I was sharing a locker with. Um, it was three of us sharing one locker because none of us wanted to pay, and like I spoke to him in passing. Me and him were never really cool, but we both had summer school because we both fell physics because that shit was hard. That shit was hard. And we became real cool during summer school. So sophomore year I came back, and he was popular, and like I had my like a small group of friends, and we kind of just combined everything. We just kind of became a clique, and we stayed that way for like the whole school year. Like everyone knew us as like the crew. My sister hooked me up, so I was dressing better. I had a little bit more confidence, dating. Um, but like we hung out with everyone. Like we were cool with everyone. Like to your point, like everyone, like older people, younger people. Like it didn't matter what grade you were, as long as you were cool. Like we all kind of got along. And mostly because I think it was a small school too. We all knew each other. We all whether you were a nerd or whatever whatever that really means. Whether you were good grades, played on a sports team. Like we all hung out. We all like it was like real. It was dope. It was a dope experience. Um, and like I think even through it all, I'll still kind of. I'm always trying to find myself. Always trying to see where I fit in, but also learning about myself and learning that what I was used to in junior high school. Um, with like one of my childhood best friend. We were used to just talking shit and like getting at each other, and people don't really appreciate that. People can't really handle that. So part of me just slowly became a bit reserved in certain
Mm.
things. Um, but even like within the group of friends that I had, like that was enough. That was enough. Like the 5, 6 of us, like that was enough. And we intermingled with different crews. Like we had different. It felt very like it was very like TV-ish, but like ideal TV. Like we didn't really have like a lot of fights or altercations and all that. It was just it was a dope experience. It was a dope fun experience. Like just going through all the different years and just being cool with everyone. Yeah, and a learning
That's good.
experience too, mostly.
That's cool. That's
Yeah.
good. I always wondered what high school would have been like if I went to high school in a city. It was very different because
Right.
I got picked up from the school bus and it took about 30 minutes to an hour until I got to the school. And it's like far off. But the cool thing about my school is that um, we had so much diversity, and that's what made it count a
Right.
lot more. There was a lot more room for commonality than the differences.
Right. Right.
There
Right.
were some fights. There were some fights, but nothing compared to what I understand
City
city
school. So.
schools can be. Like
Right.
that's.
Right. Right.
I always knew that even back then. My maturity was well adept to know that all these little wannabes in my high school. I was like, yeah, no, there's some things out there that I don't think you probably would cower.
Right. 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 Right.
So I kind of I've always my maturity kind of always picked that up in high school, which made me more mature than a lot of other people in my class, and I think that's where there was a level of disassociation, and I think that's where a lot of my antisocial premises came from. Kind of like wanting to be not of that same world, not being able to fit in. Like I fit in because I can fit in. I'm interchangeable. We talked about that before. I even was when I was younger, but when it comes to like selecting, that would give me paranoia. Like I would quickly go to either like the bus when we'd leave, or like wait till like the last person to be like some rebellious person. Like
Right. Right. Right.
waiting
Right.
to the last moment, right? But as far as like being out in a courtyard and then seeing people have like cliques, those were onsets of anxiety. It's like I don't want to be in a specific clique. I know everyone everywhere. I know some people
Right.
over
Right.
there. I
Right.
know
Right.
people over there. I know people over there, and here I am in the middle.
Right, right,
Yeah,
and
so
that's who
it's
we've
cool.
kind of become now, right? Like we just want
Mm-hmm.
to connect with people who are dope in whatever capacity that is, right? Either people who are coming to us for like support and guidance, people who just dope, people we can just vibe out and, and chill with, and that's like reflecting on it, shows that like it's always been our nature. It's just what it is, and the challenge is as an adult, since you don't have those structures, and also being like self-aware and like working on our own shit. Now we want to pick and choose versus just being thrust into it. Like,
Right.
this is what you can pick up. Now I have, possibly what 4 billion people have the internet, 4 billion people to possibly connect with. So I like if I want to connect, I say your eyes get wide. If I want to connect,
Yeah,
right,
it's
gotta
scary.
gotta do the work. Gotta stay consistent.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So I sent
scary.
you and it's, I mean, I guess kind of connecting with the psychedelic
Mm-hmm.
story, right? I sent you the question, the dichotomy test questions, and one of them is sensation seeking. So I feel like that'll be interesting to kind of go through and connect to
Let's do that.
this serendipitous chase for higher vibration.
That sounds great.
All right. So I guess we kind of do it the way we did last time.
Okay.
Go through answer the question, and then we'll kind of discuss it. I've never done any of these, so I don't know how
All
they
right.
really work,
Cool.
but we'll see.
Okay.
Um, and I mean, I did a lot of questions, so you can lead and answer and ask or go through them.
Okay, so you want me to read it out loud, but not the answer, right? Not what
Right, right, right.
not what I selected. Okay.
Right.
So the
Until
question.
after.
Okay. So which of the two statements describes you best? I'm gonna read them out. I like wild, uninhibited parties, or I prefer quiet parties with good conversation.
You answered. You thinking about it? I'm surprised.
Yeah, I am. Isn't that crazy? I'm stuck.
That's good though. That's good.
Okay. My anxieties always come up with tests. Like, oh, don't think, Cherie. Okay. All right, hold on. Okay, I answered.
What did you choose?
I chose wild, uninhibited parties.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I chose quiet parties with good conversation. 'Cause I look at it as like the majority rule. Like I want that. I'd rather that be the majority and the occasional like wild party. And it's funny that it's the first question because I posted on IG yesterday a picture of me from like Ibiza, and I was going
Mm-hmm.
through old phones, and it's a picture of me in Ibiza in a phone party. I did like a little posters talking about like being out there was the most fun I had in terms of partying and realizing that it's not that I don't like partying. I just don't like American clubs. I think they're boring. I think people in America just don't know how to really party, um,
Yeah.
or like they don't party the way that I enjoy. Like going out there was just like wild chaos and jumping around. It's more high vibration. I think that's what it is, right? Like I think dancing in America feels like very low vibration, um,
You hit it on a nail right there.
and I think the culture, the American culture, is what kind of ruins it for me. Like I wouldn't want to go to like an EDM uh, party in the US, but if it was like in Europe, I'd be more interested, right?
And
Because
that's so
it
funny.
feels different.
Yep. I
Yeah,
agree with you. That's the funny thing. I agree with you. I have yet to go to a wild, uninhibited party. And I'm literally answering this question
and
from my soul wants. All right, my soul
that's
wants
I
to go
like that. I like
to
that.
a wild, uninhibited party. It's like
That's a dope
I'm
perspective.
fucking ready. All right, I'm fucking ready. All right, I'm 32. I know I'll be 32 before I get there because my birthday's coming up. So I'll be 32 before I go to a wild, uninhibited party.
You never know, right?
If
You
that
never know.
even if that even
You got a month
happens,
plus, right?
oh, oh, man, I highly doubt I'll be ready because I am somebody who likes good conversation, but I don't want a good conversation at a party. You know what I'm saying? Like
Right.
this
But
is what I'm
you
saying.
may
Like,
never be ready, and maybe that's the point. You don't wait to be ready. Just throw yourself into chaos, right?
right.
Like,
My Virgo-ness
yeah,
is afraid to do that. I'm like the spotlight. I talk about it, but it doesn't mean I'm always about it.
right.
Like,
Fair enough. Fair enough. Fair enough.
no, but you're absolutely fucking right. Like this is where I feel like I was more of a risk taker in my 20s. Like just
Right.
jump in, but I was too tired. Too tired. I understand why that wasn't me. And I was done. I was tired. Exhausted. Didn't have
Okay.
time for that. But yeah,
All right.
next. Okay, let's see. All right, which of these two statements describes you best? I can't stand watching a movie that I've seen before. There are some movies I enjoy seeing a second or even a third time. Okay. uh, I answered.
Okay. What you got?
The first one. I can't
Really?
stand watching a movie over and over again. It's because I'm very in these words, I'm very psychic. So it takes a very good movie for me to not understand the ending of it already. And so I don't need to see it over and over again, unless maybe when I was younger I did it. But no, most movies I don't want to
Right.
watch over and over.
Do you reread books at all?
I don't do that either. There are certain books
Okay. Do
I
you read?
would read, but
Respectfully.
I haven't.
Right.
No, so when it comes to so here, great thing that we're talking about reading because I love reading. I really do. Like this is like what I mean by love. Like I enjoy everything about reading. I love books. They're more valuable to me than anything material. Really, I love books. Now, my journey when it comes to reading is a little bit more deeper because I had a lot of mental health issues when it comes to reading. Like there were moments for years I could not read without my eyes being so tired and they're just gushing tears. So I couldn't read. Um, so I knew I was like mentally tired, and
Right.
so if I put it off. The last year that I was able to read books like crazy was 2016. I got like 11 books in that year, and that was like amazing. I felt great, and since then, because I think of a lot of my spiritual work and just identifying myself again and recalibrating myself, I haven't been able to really successfully finish a book. But I love reading. I love reading. But it has been hard for me. Again, I think it's because I'm very greedy for other things that I struggle rereading things twice because I don't want to be consumed. I want to be like, all right, next.
Right.
I know there's value in it.
Yeah, of course. Oh yeah, I enjoy reading certain books over. Gives me new perspective. And I know I'm not gonna catch everything the first time in life. So
True.
I think with most art gives you the opportunity to pick up on things you missed initially. And I always look at it like if I'm progressing in life, I should pull something new from it, right? I should understand the characters' decisions in a
Yeah.
new light. Yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm excited for that opportunity, actually. I feel like I'm closer to creating my environment that I am able to do that, to intertwine that reality into being able to read a book and, enjoy it. Do you read a lot more fiction or nonfiction, or do you bounce between both?
Fiction. I mean, I already know life. I'm alright. So I'm alright. I already know life.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting. Very interesting. All right, next. All right, choose between the two. I often wish I could be a mountain climber, or I can't understand people who risk their necks climbing mountains. Okay, I answered.
All right. I mean, I say I'd wish. I like the idea of that, right?
Mm-hmm.
Climbing mountains, fun. I
Same here.
understand why people do it. Why not?
Same here.
Live it fucking life.
Exactly.
Right.
All right, the next question is I like some of the earthy body smells, or I dislike all body odors. Wow.
That's funny. I like that.
That is funny.
What you got?
I dislike all body odors. Like
Really,
smell.
I like some of the earthly body odors. I think it's like natural pheromones. It's your natural
Yeah, but that's the thing.
scent.
I'm not picky. Like I can smell what you've been eating. That's kind of, you know what I mean. I don't want to judge
Right.
you. I'm not a person that judges, but it's like I can smell what like I know it's a. This is why I don't like tests. I don't like two. I don't like choices of two. Give me C and I go with C.
But
Like,
ain't no C. Ain't no C. Work with it. Work with it.
fucking different. That's why it's like a long explanation. If Virgo wants to interject and have some speech,
Right.
and I have a problem with this. Oh shit. Yeah, no, I like this. Like, I think a body can smell amazing. I'm not a fan of like fragrances and stuff like that. No, I'm not a fan of that. But that doesn't mean I'm not turned off by bad body odor.
Got it.
Gotta be fair. Gotta be fair. All right, pick between the two. I get bored seeing the same old faces. I like the comfortable familiarity of everyday friends.
What you got?
The same old faces. I like that.
I forgot what I chose. Hold on. You get bored of seeing the same old faces?
No.
Okay.
Like
You
the other one.
you like the conformality? Yeah, same
Mm-hmm.
on my end.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
All right. I like to explore a strange city or section of town by myself, even if it means getting lost. Or I prefer a guide when I'm in a place I do not know well. That's easy. I answered.
What you got?
I like to get lost
Right.
if I'm gonna go. Yeah. When you can predict almost everything a person will do and say he or she must be a bore, or I dislike people who do or say things just to shock or upset others. What? When you can predict almost everything a person will do and say he or she must be a bore. I dislike people who do or say things just to shock or upset others. Oh, okay.
What you got?
I dislike people who say things to shock or upset others.
Right.
I usually don't enjoy a movie or play where I can predict what will happen in advance. I don't mind watching a movie or play where I can predict what will happen in advance.
What you got, psychic?
Ah, shit. And see, didn't I say in both worlds I exist? This is why I have a problem. This is why she wants to speak about this test, because I don't like using positions. hard one for me. Well, I usually don't enjoy a movie or play where I can predict what happened in advance.
I don't mind, because I know I could be wrong. So
Hmm. All right. I have tried marijuana or would like to. I would like to try some of the new drugs that produce hallucinations. Ha!
I like that. I'm sure you picked the last one.
Yes, exactly.
Right.
How about you?
Yeah, same thing.
Okay. I would like to try some of the new drugs. Oh, okay. I would like to try some of the new drugs that produce hallucinations, or I would not like to try any drug which might produce strange and dangerous effects on me. Okay, so it's easy.
First one, right? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I sometimes like to do things that are a little frightening, or a sensible person avoids activities that are dangerous. Oh, that's easy. What'd you pick?
What you got?
I picked the first one.
Same.
Cool. I enjoy the company of real swingers. What? Hey, this took a turn. All right. I enjoy the company of real swingers, or I dislike swingers, people who are uninhibited and free about sex. Wow, that took a turn. Okay. There was no foreplay to this question.
Right. It just went from hallucinogens to wild sex party.
Yeah. All right. Okay.
All right.
All right. Okay. I guess
You seem appalled by your answer. What you choose?
A little bit. I picked the second one. I dislike swingers.
That's interesting. Like, I feel like your free spirit,
Yeah.
yeah, would kind of contradicts that. So I'd like to explain. I like to hear explanation for that. I mean, I choose the first one because I don't really care.
It's because I'm sacred about energy.
Got it.
That would be the only kind of say so. Like, it would be like, I don't know, a testament of a run through.
Right.
I'm free spirited, but I'm not that free spirited to just be like accept anything at all. Like,
I get that. Yeah, I guess uninhibited means it could be anything at any point in time with no control of the content. I get that.
like I'm always around it, always looking. Like, no, I'm not always looking. I'm not. Don't want to be. I don't want to look out for that. If it comes, it comes. Does that make sense?
Right.
Like, um,
I get that. Hearing you think about it, hearing you speak about it makes me kind of rationalize and think my answer is wrong. But I'm gonna go with my first since that's what I chose.
yeah, there's no right or wrong in these, right? Shit.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out.
We're gonna find out. Shit. All right. I often like to get high, drinking liquor or smoking marijuana. Mm-hmm. I find that stimulants makes me uncomfortable. Oh, easy. It's
Right.
uncomfortable. First one. All right. I like to try new foods that I have never tasted before. I order the dishes with which I am familiar, so as to avoid disappointment and unpleasantness. What'd you pick?
First, I chose the first one, but for a split second, I thought about the second one, just because I like what I like. Like I'm okay with comfort, but I'm gonna try new things. So
Yeah, I'm same here.
look how you drinking a 40. You got the. I like that.
Big swig of my tequila bottle.
Which one did you
Part
choose?
of me. The first one.
Okay.
I forgot which one we were talking about, but I know my first one was.
So try new foods. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Correct. All right, looking at someone's home movies or travel slides bores me tremendously. I enjoy looking at home movies or travel slides. Oh, damn. I hope no one I know watches this.
Damn, I already know the answer to that, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Some of my friends tried to call me out on that once. I was like, hold on. Like, what?
Yeah,
I agree.
it's like a forced experience. You're trying to force me to not force me. You're trying to sell me on how fun it is, but it's I'm not gonna feel your fun. That's not how I work. I don't operate on that.
Yeah.
I mean, granted, sometimes y'all do, right? Sometimes I'm happy for you, excited for you, but I'm like, oh, like wow, that looks so cool, bro. Like I'm like, okay, all right, it's cool. I'm gonna
Yeah,
ask
but
questions,
it's like it's
and
different. Yeah, it's like it's different that somebody experienced something nice and they're like, here, I saw this on my vacation. But to sit there and show me everything that you,
I don't care.
I
I
don't
don't
give a
care about
shit.
the 7 day trip.
Don't care.
Yeah,
If
give me
anything,
like,
I care that you didn't fucking invite me. Sorry. Take that as
damn,
petty or
okay.
not. But I mean, like, hey, you should have made me part of the pictures.
Why? Why? I don't get it.
I'm
Why?
kidding. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
Uh,
No, that was mostly a remark as to what I was mentioning a second ago about how these some former friends of mine were trying to make that an argument that I seemed bored with their
right.
sharing of pictures that they decided to go on a trip on, and I'm like, I don't care. I didn't go on the trip with you guys. You didn't
But you,
invite me. This was
eh,
a seclusive trip. Like I was excluded. Okay, why are you
he-
coming back telling me about this?
here's the funny thing too, right? Like even if you went on a trip with them, um, it might not even really be with them, right? Because you're
Correct,
still
because
gonna
I wouldn't
need
be in the
your
goddamn pictures. That's where they're ex friends.
right. So yeah, you're never gonna care. Even if you're with them, you won't care, and you don't care about the pictures. That's interesting.
Nope. Yeah, because
Like,
everybody is like in their own world of how and when they're gonna take a picture and what's valued. You know, it's like ugh, I'm not part of that narrative. I love pictures too much to deal with the petty behavior. You know, it's
how's
like
that petty? So
because I
if you're with a group of friends and they're stopping and taking pictures, you would get annoyed by that.
yeah, I'm not that type of person.
I
I'm
get
not
that.
annoyed about it. It's like it's mostly it's okay. It's not a them problem. It's a me problem. I was always shy in front of the pictures when someone else takes them. I always feel like I look like an idiot in front of someone
Right.
else taking the pictures. Like I'm never prepared in those moments for the reflection being like, oh, I like what you now are left with getting from me. I have no
Right.
control. It's a control issue, I guess. But it's not that I take the fun out of it. I don't go out of my way and be like, make it a spoil the fun out of everyone. I won't be like, nah, no. I'll get in it and I'll go on the picture. But I'm just saying that especially with the example that I brought up and the fact that it's in my past. The past issue at the time was a petty rendition as to, oh, you don't care. Like, damn well I fucking care. Like, if you know me as a friend, if you have me as a personal friend, in some way or another, I hope how much love I have for a person, you know? So to base that on like pictures is ludicrous to me in that moment at the time of that situation between us, my friends and me, the ex
Right.
friends and me. Like this
Right.
is stupid. Like we have like I one of them I'm roommates with. I lived with her for like 3 years. I'm like, it's like it was senseless to me. There were other like bad things about that situation where I was like, this is stupid. This is your only weapon of argument that you have to use against me. That I seemed bored when you showed me some pictures. Like, come on, you gotta do
But
better than that.
but for them, it means a lot, right? Like, isn't that isn't that the duality? The other side of it is that you don't care, but as a friend, right? If you're saying that you really care, where's the and again, this is never at you, but at the theme of the
Mm-hmm.
subject. Where's the
Mm-hmm.
willingness to be like, where's the give, right? Like this makes them happy. I'm their friend. Let
Because I
me.
gave. No, no, I gave. No, I gave. No, I'm not even trying to like cut you off and be petty, but I did give. I did give. Like I'm not. I don't even think you can imagine me as this person, or maybe you can. I don't know. You're gonna correct or give your insight in a second. But I don't think I give off that energy that I really don't give a shit about what you want to show me.
Right, but
I
that's the
don't.
thing. You said you don't think. That's the key. That's the key part of it.
Correct. That's why I leave room for when somebody wants to give me constructive criticism on that point, because
But you
then
just said
I
it's stupid for her to say that. Like it's not a big deal
correct.
for you.
Yes, I'm not trying to invalidate her feelings though, because invalidating, I'm not trying to invalidate. I say yes to you because I understand what I did at that time. But yes, I'm not going to retract of what I did and how to handle that situation at the time because of other degrees and layers to that feeling that was being highlighted in the moment. Like Shari, I was even trying to show you some pictures you report. To give a little bit context to why it's within a sandwich is because I was dating somebody with the time, and the connectivity that I think then is valuable to be shared within a friendship is the friendship itself. So, but my relationship severed somehow the friendships and the engagements that I had with these individuals, with my friends per se. And it turned the tide in me being in a relationship to this almost climatic drama theme of like, now that you got a boyfriend, you're ignoring your friends, right? I'm
Right,
like,
right,
wait a
right.
minute, that's not true. And I refuse to be put in that position because I was living alone. I had my own place. They were more than welcome to come over my apartment and be open. Sometimes they did. One of them they didn't. So it's like it was all in the paradigm of like I'm maneuvering in the way that I can appease the friendship. And then you go off having a vacation that you purposely don't include me on. It's like all pettiness. You know, it's like I said, it's a
Got it,
sandwich,
got it,
right?
got it.
And then it's like then the little unfolding that happens later about some little tiny thing, and then they're like, "Oh yeah, by the way, I want to show you these pictures from the trip." And I'm thinking, this is kind of senseless because like, guys went out of your way to like not include me, and we were like a group and we always traveled together too. So it's like it was petty, you know, and then to
Got it, got
just
it, got it.
use in that argument like, oh, you didn't even have interest is why I brought it up in the first place. To be like, it was even used against me, but I don't think generally that I don't give a shit about what people experience. I think that wouldn't. No, that's not true. But I do pay attention of how and when people use it to try to critique something about me, because then I have to give more context to the situation, not you, but them, to be like, oh, well, I had feelings as to why you seemed bored when I wanted to take pictures, and I want to show you the pictures that I took. Like, well, this and this.
Got it, got it, got it, got
So,
it.
rolling along. Okay. I would like to take up the sport of water skiing, and I would not like to take up water skiing. That's easy.
Would or wouldn't?
Would I would.
I put wouldn't just because I don't really
Oh,
care.
interesting.
Right?
Ah, interesting.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Why is that
Uh,
interesting?
oh no, because I thought he would be more adventurous. Like I thought that would be more like yeah, like you do it instead of like I don't know. I don't know. Maybe I'm
Yeah,
just
I think because they use the word sport, so to me, sport means something that I would like invest time to continuously, and there are other things I'd
oh.
rather invest time into. So that's how I read it.
Man, I guess I didn't think. See, that's a
I mean,
question
no,
I didn't think about.
it's how we interpret things, right? It's how we
You're right.
interpret things.
Sport should have been a trigger word for me, but it wasn't. Like, ooh, sport. I would like to try surfboarding, or I would not like to try surfboarding. Okay,
So you're
you
like
would.
that. There's no word sport in it. So yeah,
I see.
I would
Yep,
like to
I
try.
get it. Now I understand. Can go
Did
back in the past
you
now.
chose that you would like also?
I would like. I would like.
Okay.
All right. I would like to take off on a trip with no pre-planned or definite routes or timetable. Or when I go on a trip, I like to plan my route and timetable fairly carefully. That's easy.
You did second one?
No, I did the first
Okay,
one.
that's what I thought you said. You said I did the second one. All
Oh
right.
no, no.
Yeah, first one
Actually,
also.
I actually did. Yeah, I did that this year, the first time ever. Kind of got behind the wheel, just drove anywhere.
Oh yeah, I
Okay,
remember.
it
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
was cool. All right. I would like to make friends in some of the far out groups like artists or punks. I prefer the or sorry, let me try that again. I would like to make friends in some of the far out groups like artists or punks, or I prefer the down to earth kinds of people as friends. Oh, okay. Down to earth for me.
Yeah, I mean, I think yeah, the language of artists and punks it seems kind of fleeting, and I feel like there's a negative culture, not negative culture. There's like a stereotypical culture behind them that I'm just not interested in versus people who are down to earth and who just fucking get it right.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they happen to also sometimes be artists. Hey.
Right.
Right. I would like to learn to fly an airplane. I would not like to learn to fly an airplane. Ooh, what'd you pick?
So yes for me, dog.
Yes, for me too.
Yeah.
I would like to go scuba diving, or I prefer the surface of the water to the depths. I feel like I know your answer, but I don't know.
What do you think my answer is?
The second one.
No, I would like to go scuba diving.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just
But
because I don't know how to. I can swim without having to breathe regularly, right? I have a fucking tank, so like I'll be okay with that. Um, yeah.
interesting.
I
So
would
it's
definitely
really
do
not
that.
a fear. So that's really awesome. That's good.
I mean, yeah, I'd work up to it. Like, I mean, I
Yeah.
think like doing the scuba, a couple years ago was like that's good immersion, like going deeper, little by little. But yeah, I'd work up to it.
Makes sense. Okay, good. I would like to meet some persons who are homosexual, men or women. I stay away from anyone I suspect of being gay or
Yo,
lesbian.
yo,
Wow.
real quick. So like the first answers are always highlighted in like this teal color, and the second one is like this, I guess, maroon or red. And for some reason, I look at this as like being Democrat, Republican for this question.
It's funny you say that because I noticed that now too. In this question,
Right.
I'm like, wait a minute, are they? Huh.
Yeah, I choose the first one.
Yeah. Crazy. Wow. Left turn, back to like
Right,
a
right, right, right.
left field. I would like to try parachute jumping. I would never want to try jumping out of a plane with or without a parachute.
With or without. What's the without part? Like the
I
fuck?
know, like, why? You're telling me I'm gonna
So,
jump to my death? Like, I would not have. What is this? What are you insinuating? Am I paragliding at that point? No parachute at all?
uh, yeah. First
Damn.
one.
First one. I prefer friends who are excitingly unpredictable. I prefer friends who are reliable and predictable. Mm. I think I'm thinking too much.
I think we thought for the same amount of time, but I came out of it first. I was like, all right, I got it. I got it. I think I got it.
I have a problem with the word predictable, but the second one for me.
Yeah, same.
I like to have new and exciting experiences and sensations, even if they are a little frightening, unconventional, or illegal. I
Like
am
stealing
not
plants.
interested.
I know. I know
Yeah.
your
I knew
answer.
you. I know you were going to fucking say that. I am not interested in experience for its own sake. Well, of course, the first one. I often find beauty in. Wait, what did you say? What did you say?
I'll choose the first one too. Yeah.
Oh, okay. For the plant that you're going to take. All right. I often find beauty in the clashing
What?
colors.
What'd you say?
I said for the plant that you're going to take.
Plant that I'm gonna take. Maybe I'll take
Yeah.
two or three. Right. I
Ooh.
got the narcissist in me has to one up you. Right.
Next thing you know, you have a little succulent garden. Like,
Right.
oh.
Right. Right. And every episode we just have more plants surrounding us, and that's how we just help each other. Right.
I propagate them and send you copies. Like, oh god. Share the wealth. All right. I often find beauty in the clashing colors and irregular forms of modern paintings. The essence of good art is in its clarity, symmetry of form, and harmony of colors. All right. Easy.
Assuming first one for you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Same for you, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I get very restless if I have to stay around home for any length of time. I think we both know the answer to this. I enjoy spending time in the familiar surroundings of what? Didn't see that coming. I enjoy spending time in the familiar surroundings of home. Or I get very restless if I have to stay around home for any length of time. Yeah, okay. That was right. Second
What
one?
you got? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I like to dive off the high board. I don't like the feeling I get standing on the high board, or I don't go near it at all. Oh, interesting. Did you pick number 2, the second one?
Yeah. Yeah. You?
I picked the first one. I don't mind.
Because
Get
you can
used to it.
swim.
Yeah,
All right.
I understand. Swimming lessons for you, huh? I like to
Someone
take
listens to me.
people.
Gulp.
Yeah.
Gulp.
No. I like to date people who are physically exciting. I like to date people who share my values. What does physically exciting mean?
Probably like spontaneous and extroverted.
Okay.
That's what I look at it as. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. That's what
Or
came
I
to
like to
mind.
date people. Okay. Or I like to date people who share my values. Okay. All right. I picked the first one. Too much of the same as this gets boring.
Hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, I go with
Damn, I didn't think
exciting to
about
kind
it.
of balance
See?
out.
Yeah. Now I'm thinking about it though.
Right.
You picked the first one as well?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Keeping the drinks full is the key to a good party. Heavy drinking usually ruins a party because some people get loud and boisterous. Yeah.
Ruins a party. Party is ruined. He's too loud. The party's ruined, bro.
Karen.
I don't get getting sold the key to a good party.
I mean, that's my
You chose?
attitude.
You chose?
No. No,
Okay.
it's not.
Yeah.
Uh,
It's like the gray is drinking continuously, but just not being loud and boisterous, right? Like if you just get rid of
right,
that part, it'd be
right.
cool. Or it would
You
be
also get
it'd
rid
be a
of
different outcome.
ruins. Get rid of ruins. I mean,
Yeah.
I should say like heavy drinking causes some people
Right.
get loud and boisterous. Like, yes, I agree. All right, I'm
All right,
sticking
I'm
with
ready.
my gut. Keeping the drinks full is the key to a good party.
Right, right. The only reason I'm thinking about that is because you the second one assumes that drinking that people can't handle their drinking, right? Who am I to
Thank
assume
you.
what people can do or can't do? So
Exactly.
yeah,
Exactly. Karen, get it together. The worst social sins is to be a bore. The worst social sin is to be rude. All right. What'd you pick?
rude.
Yeah, same here. A person should have considerable sexual experience before marriage. It's better if two married persons begin their sexual experience with each other. Are they married together? Are they married to each other?
Fair enough question, right? Like, that's another layer, right? I get that.
Wow. Now I'm thinking, why is this a sensation seeking test question?
We'll find out. We got
What are
eight
you
questions to go.
analyzing?
We're gonna find out.
Man, all right. So, all right. First one for me.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I just hate
Be
the
a hoe.
second option.
Everyone should be a hoe for as long as they
Yeah,
want
be
to.
able to do
That's
whatever
that's
the fuck you want to do. Just don't get me involved in a mess. Make it messy.
in a mess.
Mess. I could conceive of wait. I could conceive of myself seeking pleasures around the world with a jet set, or even if I had the money, I would not care to associate with flight rich persons like those in a jet set. Okay, who'd you pick?
Second one.
Same. Okay, cool.
Yeah.
All right, I like people who are sharp and witty, even if they do sometimes insult others. Or I just like people who have their fun at the expense of, or at the expensive, probably means expense, huh? I just like
Right.
people who have their fun at the expense of hurting the feelings of others. I think I should get whatever score I have, I should get plus 10 for seeing that mistake. It's weird. I dislike people who have their fun at the expense of hurting the feelings of others. All right, that's easy. Else, I think. What'd you pick?
Second one. I think that's for me. That's more important. Right? Like making a conscious effort to hurt people's feelings is corny compared to like yeah, I do like people who sometimes hurt. Like you never know how your words are gonna hurt people. So I like it, but I think being shitty is more important. Shitty with intent is more important. What did you choose?
First one.
First. It's okay to be shitty. It's okay to be petty,
like,
right?
like, like that. I don't want to say shitty, but like, witty.
Right.
I think I have regrets in that answer. All right. I enjoy watching many of the sexy scenes in movies. There's altogether too much portrayal of sex in movies.
You answered
Yes, I did.
first.
First one for me.
Right.
Play by play. I feel best at taking a couple of drinks. Something is wrong with people who need liquor to feel good. Okay. Did you select?
Yeah, first one.
I picked
Oh, you didn't answer? Sorry.
No, I did. I picked the second one.
Something is wrong with people who need liquor to feel good.
I don't think it's wrong, but it's like, I don't know, maybe I moved on. I don't know, I picked the second one.
Fair enough. Move forward, right?
No, I don't think there's anything wrong with people drinking though, no. I think it's wrong when you're hiding behind the feelings of it for so long, That's where
Right.
the thing comes. People should dress in individual ways, even if the effects are sometimes strange. People should dress according to some standard of taste, neatness, and style. All right, what'd you pick?
First.
Mm-hmm. Same here.
I feel like this one isn't as interesting. I feel like these are like easy questions
Like
to kind of
trickling
choose from.
off. Yeah.
Right.
Like we said 40, so let's throw in a couple of weird ones.
Excuse me.
Let's see. I would like to sail to a long distance in a small but seaworthy sailing craft, or sailing long distance in small sailing crafts is foolhardy.
Like who the fuck uses foolhardy anymore? Like
Right.
I should have what's the word? I should have tested these tests. Not tested. I
No, it's
can't remember the
okay.
word.
I think it's
Yeah.
funny, but it does say it's 2020, so that's even funnier.
Right.
See that? Established 2020. Okay. Did you pick?
Yeah, first one.
Yeah, me too. All right, let's see. I have no patience with dull or boring persons, or I find something interesting in almost every person I talk to. Oh, okay.
Second.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
And
last
last
one.
one.
Dun, dun, dun. I think I would enjoy the sensations of skiing very fast down a high mountain slope, or skiing down a high mountain slope is a good way to end up on crutches. All right. Finished. Which one did
What
you
you
pick?
chose?
I picked the first one.
Yeah, same. Okay. You got your results?
Yeah.
What's your overall?
70.
All right, mine is 63. I got 80 for thrill and adventure seeking, 80 for experience seeking, 80 for disinhibition, 10 10% for boredom susceptibility.
Oh, wow.
What you got?
I got 100% for thrill and adventure seeking. I got experience seeking 70%, disinhibitions 70%, and boredom susceptibility 40%.
Damn, you get bored a lot. Poor world.
It's a lonely world.
Right. Damn. Uh,
Wow. I mean, yeah, it's true.
All right.
Damn.
Did you want to do another one?
It's up to you. You can browse through it.
Uh,
It's kind of nice you
I
need a
mean,
help.
it's on you. I mean, like I said, if you want one, it's fine. I mean, I offered my suggestions. If you don't want to, it's cool too.
No, I'm up for one. I don't know how long it says. 7 minutes, 9 minutes. There's a 6 minute one. There's a 4 minute one. Victimhood.
All right.
If you want to do that one,
Again, it's your choice.
I'm ready. Yeah, of course.
All right.
Take the reins.
All right. How much do you agree, disagree with the following statements? And this is a 5 point scale: strongly agree, neutral, disagree, and strongly disagree. It is important to me that people who hurt me acknowledge that injustice has been done to me. Injustice.
Wow,
Damn,
such a
injustice is a strong ass
strong
word.
word. Strong
Right.
ass word.
You answered?
All right. Yes, I said
What did
agree.
you choose? Agree, same too. Yeah.
Hmm.
It is important to me that the person who offended me admits that his or her behavior was wrong.
Hmm. Okay.
What you got?
Agree.
I strongly agree. You gotta own that shit, motherfucker.
You're actually right.
Yeah,
I'm
it's too late
soft.
though.
Yeah.
Right?
Move on,
You getting
Shari.
soft out here. You getting
I
soft out here.
am. Get it together. Must be tired. Let me rehydrate.
Rehydrate with your vodka. What would you say? What
Mm-hmm.
do you say? Gin or
Tequila.
cocktail? Tequila, tequila.
Tequila, tequila.
It makes me angry when people don't believe that I was hurt. Makes me angry that when people don't believe that I was hurt.
Makes me angry when people
Yeah.
don't believe that I was hurt. When they don't believe me. I actually don't give a fuck. Like it's
I
weird. It's
thought
a
about
contradiction.
right. You chose?
No.
Okay, okay.
uh, it makes me angry when people don't believe that I was hurt. Oh. Okay, I have to be real. I'm ready, yeah.
What you choose?
Agree.
Okay. I chose disagree. Interesting. Why does it make you angry?
Um,
Because you started with the extreme. I don't give a fuck. But you're like,
yeah,
nah, I do care. I like that. I like that.
yeah. So initially it's because that attitude has saved me, but where I need to learn how to be humble is that the contrary. So I have to live with the reality that there were certain parts that it makes me angry when people believe that they don't hurt me, but they require so much of me.
Right.
Like that's when I have I have a problem with that. Like you don't believe me that you hurt me, but then you ask of me. I guess it depends on what kind of context it is and apply to, but yeah, it does make me generally in the context, like in that moment of time, like upset that the person doesn't believe that I was hurt.
Right.
I think it's
Right.
dismissive.
I get that. I get that. It's important to me to receive an apology from people who offended me.
Wow. Okay.
What you got?
Disagree.
Strongly agree. Let's see.
Interesting.
I like that. I like that it makes you angry, but you don't really need an apology because it's fuck it. Maybe that's the transition, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I had to learn with that for a long time.
Uh, it is important to me that the person who offended me feels guilty for what he or she did. They feel guilty. All right.
Okay.
What you got?
Disagree.
I strongly disagree. I don't care if you feel guilty. Just own it. That's it, right? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
I feel angry when people ignore my feeling of being hurt. I feel angry.
Oh, that's when the truth comes
You say that's true? What'd you say?
out. I said that's when the truth comes out, but I
Okay.
answered.
What you got?
Strongly disagree.
Yeah, same. I remain considerate of other people even when they don't deserve it. That's a tough one, but I think I got it.
Yeah, same here.
What you got? Say it again. You broke up a little bit.
Agree. Agree.
You pick agree? Yeah, same,
Mm-hmm.
same. Right. Flaw. I feel like you feel like it's flawed, right? I feel that way too
Yeah.
to an extent, right? Too forgiving, too caring, too understanding. Sometimes people don't deserve that shit, right? But
Mm-hmm.
I am who I am, and
I am
like
who I
I guess even
am.
it's like looking at other perspectives on how we kind of go through things. Like it doesn't kill me, right? If it doesn't kill me, it doesn't destroy my life. Then whatever. At the end of the day, right? I'll get over it, right? And that's part of uh, I guess maybe not being a victim, right? Like saying, whatever, like it's not a big deal. I'll get over it, right?
Mm-hmm. It's very true.
Uh, I think I am much more conscientious. Excuse me. I think I am more conscientious and moral in my relations with other people compared to their treatment of me.
Okay.
What you got?
Strongly agree.
I pick agree. People often take advantage of my kindness.
Okay.
I chose agree.
It was neutral.
Neutral.
Mm.
Interesting. I give others much more than I receive from them.
Okay.
What you got?
I disagree.
You don't think you give more?
I mean, this is the like material. I had to think about that. Like, I don't think I like that answer. Um, but I had to accept that whatever I give, I can't expect anything back.
Right.
So then I'm not also going to scale it of how much I give and don't get accept like anything back.
I like that. I
As
like that. I
technically,
think that's
like
fair.
if I did this test like 2 years ago, it would have been different for
Right.
sure.
I agree. I don't weigh it. Like kind of going back into the idea of it's not a big. I'll get over it. But for me, there's an awareness that I believe and feel that I do give more than I receive.
Fair, very fair.
I feel that other people don't hesitate to take advantage of my weaknesses.
Hmm. Okay,
I got strongly disagree.
I strongly agree.
Damn, that's heavy.
Hmm.
Okay. People demand a lot out of me without expressing gratitude.
This is like such a crazy test. Like new Cherie and like old Cherie from like just like a year ago.
Right.
uh, all right, I'm gonna remain neutral on that one.
I strongly disagree. When people who are close to me feel hurt by my actions, it is very important for me to clarify that justice is on my side. Who the fuck thinks like this? All right.
Justice is on my side. No,
Justice. I am the law.
I am the law. I'm the God. Jesus. I put disagree. I strongly disagree.
Yeah, same. People who are offended by me are only thinking of themselves. I like that. I like that a lot. I like that.
That is amazing.
I'm interested in your answer.
I strongly agree.
I do too. Because like going back to your point, it's like you know me, you know I care. I'm trying. If I fucks with you, I fucks with you. So I'm not. There's no intent to like do harm deliberately. Um, and if you can't see that, then you don't get me. So yeah,
It's red flag for me. And you don't get me.
red
Red
flag.
flag. It's a red flag. Another one bites the dust.
That's how you make it.
Another one gone. Another one gone. Another one bites the dust.
People who claim that I behaved wrongly want me to admit it so they can take advantage of the situation.
They wish.
Damn.
Oh God.
All right, I'm good.
People who claim that I behaved wrongly want me to admit it so they can take advantage of the situation. Right. Phew. I agree.
Yeah. I strongly disagree.
That's good.
Okay. People claim that I have hurt them because they cannot see that they are the ones hurting me. People claim that I have hurt them because they cannot see that they are the ones hurting me. Okay.
Okay. Strongly disagree.
Right. The main reason that people are offended by me is that they cannot see things from my perspective.
Mm. Okay.
What you got?
I put agree.
Yeah, I put strongly disagree because I'm a narcissist and I believe that I'm always right. It is a very
Love it.
it's very important to me that people are offended. That people who are offended by me realize that they are also in the wrong. It is very important to me.
It's very important to me. Hmm.
Okay.
Well,
Oh, excuse me. Damn.
I'm gonna remain neutral on that one because I don't give a shit. And I
Right, I
care.
say
It's
strongly
circumstantial.
right. I just strongly disagree. It's not important to me.
Yeah, I get that.
Very hard for me to stop thinking about the injustice others have done to me.
You ask a Virgo that.
Very hard.
Oh man,
Compulsive.
They have like archives for everything. It's just about like how
Yes.
get over everything. So that's how much do we?
They made phones for Virgo so we can just have everything digitally and scroll through, like you said, the archives. That's what it's for.
Correct. It's literally what
Like
it's
you
for.
said, you want 5 phones, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No. Okay, I answered.
What you got?
I strongly disagree. It's not that hard for me.
I put disagree. I think initially it's hard until I find like
No, you're right.
balance in it. Right? It's difficult initially.
Fair.
And I'm like, all right, fuck it. Yeah. It's weird. Like sometimes you can just say fuck it automatically, but some things you gotta like mull over and then you're like, all right, okay, fuck it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like George Carlin did like one of the best renditions of like the word fuck it. And like it's so multi dimensional in and of itself that if I say fuck it, it doesn't necessarily mean that I'm like blowing off because I really don't care. It's probably because I care.
Right, right, right.
It's just not something that I'm just care to show up on in that moment because whatever insert whatever people say.
Moving on.
Moving on, please.
Right. Days after the offense, I'm very preoccupied by the injustice done to me. Very preoccupied.
Okay. I selected.
What you got?
I'm neutral.
I put disagree. Yeah, I think at this point in life, like in the past, I'd be like on that shit, like motherfucker. But being busy and having things to do, who has time, right, to worry about the past? You gotta move the fuck on.
Damn right.
I'm flooded by more anger than I would like every time I remember people who hurt me.
Oh, okay.
I just strongly disagree.
I'll disagree.
And last question, I'm flooded by negative feelings every time I remember people who hurt me.
Okay.
I just strongly disagree.
I just disagree.
I ain't doing none of that.
What's your overall? Dun dun dun.
What you got?
Got 47% overall.
It's cool. I got 36 overall.
Nice.
What's your need for recognition?
46%.
Cool. Mine is at 50.
Huh.
Moral elitism.
67%.
Damn, bro. That's passing, right? that's passing. I got 50%. 50.
That's passing too.
Yeah. Nah, 50 is failing. No, I'm not up there.
No,
50 is failing.
Out of 100? I guess.
Yeah. 50 is I think
you can still
the
round
failing
up though,
grade.
50.
So you can round up from 50. No, 50 is half. Sometimes I'm elite, sometimes
exactly.
I'm not.
Like shit. Depends on what my feet facing forwards. I'm forwards. 50.1.
50.1. 50.00001, right?
Mm-hmm.
Your lack of empathy.
50%.
33%. Damn, you don't feel nothing? You don't feel no pain? You don't feel no heartache for a motherfucker?
We leave that for episode whatever.
And rumination, I got 13%.
25%. I had to Google what that is. I don't know what that is. What does that mean?
Focus of attention on the symptoms of one's distress and its possible causes and consequences rather than its possible solutions. So just thinking about the negative shit, right? I mean, that's it.
Oh, okay.
Mulling shit over. It's like this motherfucker.
Oh, good. And that's only at 25%? I'll take that.
That's good.
That's good.
Right.
What's yours?
13.
Interesting. Nice.
Right.
Healthy. I'd say that's healthy.
Right. Again, that's today, right? Maybe tomorrow will be 30%. Right. Every day is different, right? And that's the bullshit. Like we said, that's the bullshit behind these tests. Every day is
Maybe
different.
I'll have more empathy for people.
Right. Hopefully.
Caught me on a bad day today.
Well, maybe right. Like like we said, we tried this the shrooms. You're wearing the yellow headscarf. So maybe like this is your height. Like you're feeling good, you're vibrant, right? So this is your current height.
Yeah, this is. I got some sunflowers here. So
right. See that? Look at how uplifting that is. And you over here holding on to anger at 25%. Like you should be at like 10 with the flowers and everything. I get it though. I get it. I like that.
God. Hell, spruce up the energy.
Right. All right. You have anything else you want to touch on?
No, I'm all good. It's good.
All right. So yeah, we're gonna take the month of August off just to recuperate, enjoy life a little bit. Yeah, party. Find that that wild or rambunctious party that you need for your birthday. Your birthday's in August also, right?
Yes. So maybe I won't find that one. I'll just party every day. That would be like the month of wild parties. 5
phones, 5 days a week of partying. Yeah. Phone for every party.
I'm exhausted already. I'm definitely gonna be late to episode whatever.
September. I'm exhausted thinking about it. That's good, right? You go on a long bender up to the point where when we come back, you're still out of it. That'd be good.
Nah, I don't want to do that. But okay.
So yeah, like I said, I'll probably be posting more on TikTok just to kind of see how that works out for us. IG has kind of been like a hit or miss. We had some good views, like on the
Yeah.
reels, right? But there's no interaction, which is the point of it all, right? So we'll see how TikTok does, and yeah, you can find us on IG at the Hike Life, Hike HIGHKE. Same thing on YouTube, and same thing on TikTok. And you can find me on IG at Gold Conditioning, but I don't really post there anymore.
And you can find me, Shuri, on YouTube at number seventh goddess, so seventh goddess, as well as on IG right now at underscore seventh goddess.
All right, enjoy the rest of summer.
You too, and
I
everyone
mean, I was
else.
talking to the people. I mean, I'll talk to you at some point in August, maybe for your birthday.
No, I'm gonna
I'm,
be
I'm checking. I'm
drinking. I'm
checking
gonna
out
be
for a month.
partying. I'm
Right,
checking
right.
out all month. I'm
I'm
letting
gonna
you
be
know
on
now.
benders. Right.
You see this 40 I got a tequila? I'm like, just rock
That's
it.
what
I'm prepping.
I want you to come back with a 40 of tequila. That'll be the height. That'll be the
Got
height
you.
of existence.
I got
Yeah,
the
enjoy. Go ahead. You
nothing.
got the what?
I got that next door in my cubicle, my food pantry. I got my tequila bottle.
You really have a tequila bottle?
I have a tequila bottle right now.
How big is it?
It's Epsilon bottle. It's this big.
Is that how often do you go into it?
No, not that often.
Right. All right. Not again. Not judging you. Just curious.
Yeah,
Right?
no, no,
Maybe
I'm not.
maybe that
I
that
am.
that Pellegrino is tequila, right? Who knows?
No, no. Thankfully, no. I am definitely not a drinker. I'm not somebody you'll see drinking. If I'm drinking, then like I'm ready to like have fun, but
Right.
I'm not a drinker. I'm a smoker. You'll see me smoking.
Right. All right. So yeah, enjoy summer. Yeah. Until next time. Peace.